Greetings. Hello, everyone, my beautiful Winject community. This is Angelo Sisco, host and founder of Alpha Hippie, where we help men go pro. We help those men that are ready to go pro, shall I say. Special shout out to all the papas out there. This is Father's Day week. Mad love to those papas that are showing up, taking care of those babies. The ones that are single dads, love you more. Congratulations on stepping up and really doing that. Good for the papas that are paying those child support checks on time. Great job. The other ones, get that money in. The family needs it. Without further ado, guys, I'm super excited to talk about our topic for today. And although, a lot of what Alpha Hippie does is, helping men go pro, this is a really big topic that is actually non-gender bias. This is although I am going to deliver it in a analogy or story-driven process for men, and just the way that I've been able to better interpret it, embody it, and translate it, the idea of discovering your purpose and knowing your purpose on this earth, it may be the biggest question that I receive that people may be looking to understand, and I'm going to take a crack at it today and try to break this down for everyone. So this idea of what's my purpose? What's my purpose in this world? It's a great question. First, a lot of it I really believe arises because we all know deep down that we are going to die. That there is a finite time for all of us, men and women on this earth, and we know that. We don't know when. And so therefore the mind or the ego, whatever you want to call it, wants to create an importance, a construct, in order for us to feel like our lives really matter, which is beautiful, which I have no discrepancy with. Yet this over-reliance on what's the purpose and not doing anything until you think you found it is rather juvenile. It's really like you're going to just sit around one day and hope that mailman Tom brings you a letter and it's going to be from God, and he's going to go, "Hey, Ange, got a little something for you. Crack this open, and it's a letter. Here's your purpose. Go do it." It's not how really life works. We create a purpose, and I'm going to really talk about that and start unwinding it just enough for you to get in there, but I'm not going to give you all of it. Someone that I learned how to speak from said a good speech is like a skirt, long enough to cover the essentials, but short enough to keep them interested. Okay? So here goes. The purpose of a man, and I really also believe a woman in adulthood, is service. That is your purpose. To serve. Very easy. Okay? I came to that conclusion because I am a king. And I believe that all men are kings. And I believe that all women are queens. So if I'm a king, what do? Is I serve my kingdom. And the size of my kingdom doesn't matter. Not saying size doesn't matter, but you guys get what I'm talking about here. Okay? So it's all about service. Your purpose is to serve. Now, Angelo, thanks. Okay, you took one word that was purpose, you said service, and now my head's spinning even more because I don't know what service is. Don't worry. Uncle Angie's got you covered. Pull out your pens, kids. Here we go. Service is a combination of three things. Three things when you really break it down. Love is the first. So when you serve, you come from love. How do you love? Well, I'm not going to teach you how to love. It's a rather complex construct to begin with. Yet, I'll tell you where to start. Love yourself and you'll know how to love. If you don't know how to love yourself and continue to show yourself and give yourself and tell yourself love and spend time with yourself to give yourself love, you will never be able to fully love someone else. Not freely. Not freely. Only for the sake of someone's going to love you back. And therefore, that is not service. Service is not about what you could get back. It's not transactional. It's about giving. So love, start with yourself. The second thing you need to be able to do to serve is teach. So, what do you teach? Whatever you know. Whatever you know best. And we all have something by adulthood that we think we know better at. Just a little something. It could be double knotting your shoe. So don't think you need to be able to teach something earth-shattering. Because we could find God in everything if we're aware, if we're on the watch. So we have love, we have teach, and last, and certainly not least, is we have protect. For some men, protect or provide. And or provide. And I want to break down this providing because this is something that I am extremely passionate about breaking down for people to really understand. Because it seems the older that, or the more our society progresses, we look at protection or providing solely through a lens of finances. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that finances is very important. I believe that it is every single person's birthright on this planet to be financially independent. Although people may not reach it, it usually has to do with a skill acquisition. You are not familiar with enterprise, how to generate and create wealth and money. And two, you do not have the mindset of a person that is wealthy and you overspend your money and you go into debt. For me, I knew how to make money most of my life. Still do. Took me a while, and I'm still learning how to save, how to plan appropriately, because I grew up in a world where it was all about being the big shot. Who is going to buy everyone everything? And that was my cultural upbringing, no different than someone you might have yours, right? My parents fought about money. We disagreed about money. Great. So wealth and providing is really important. But I'm going to hammer on this one today. The one that oftentimes gets swept under the rug, and we all know, or at least presume, or I presume and assume, that the things we sweep under the rug are the things that we really need to be facing and discussing. And how do we ultimately protect our families and ourselves? It's through physicality, violence. Let us not forget that our beautiful brains are 2/3 non-human. Lizard, animal, and then we got a prefrontal cortex, ladies and gentlemen. So although this genius prefrontal cortex that creates wonderful technologies, helps us stay more safe and all those things, Physical violence is a part of this world, will always be a part of this world as long as we are animals. And I have often seen men not be prepared for things physically. And for me, as a father and a provider, protector, teacher, lover, and a man that lives a life of servitude, I could handle losing my house, losing my car, and living with my family in my parents' bedroom, spare bedroom that I grew up in. I could get over that because I could always make more money. It's a renewable resource. I could never get over the fact that didn't know what to do if some man popped out of an alley and tried to hurt my wife and my child or myself. And the only way that you could deal and know that you can deal with any sort of physicality is being proactive. No different than you would be with a Roth IRA. That's being proactive, prepared, prevention, whatever you want to throw in there, right? And that all comes from practice, right? You do a Roth IRA, you do a college fund, all makes sense to me. Yet when I talk to men and they tell me about their physical workout and their physical training practice, I very rarely hear men tell me how they practice and have a healthy relationship with physicality and or violence. And I have news for all you guys out there. The people that aren't prepared are the ones that are prepared to be the victims. And to go back to what I said earlier, I could deal with being broke. I could deal with being in debt. This is America for most of you. The land where bankruptcy is 1, 2, 3. Okay? But I got news for you. You don't just wake up one day and become Jason Bourne. You only will fall to what you are prepared to in your most stressful moments, to what you're trained to do. And I guarantee you, those of you that are not prepared for this type of world are the ones that will live in despair. You are doing yourself and your families a disservice by not sharpening this part of your life. Because for most men also too, when you have a comfortable, and I'm taking ownership to this too, the more comfortable I have developed a relationship with physicality, the more confident and self-esteem I am. More confident man I am, and more self-esteem I have. Excuse me. Because now I could walk tall and proud knowing that I am prepared to serve myself, number one, my family, and the rest of my kingdom, whatever that may be. My Winject community, my Alpha Hippie tribe, and all these other kings out there. I know that they can rely on me. I know without a doubt that I am prepared to answer the call. The true call of service in all the ways. Any way that it must be. I could simmer in the darkness. And once you know you could do that, Think about how great serving actually feels. Think about how wonderful your wife, spouse, partner will feel knowing that they could trust you, that you're going to show up in all the ways. It's all about your purpose. We just discovered it. It's to serve. Be Alfred in Batman. Be the butler to your life. First, serve yourself, serve your intimate relationships, and then look through life through a lens of service, and absolutely an opportunity for service in every decision and part that you could do in your life. Do not lose your self-respect trying to overly serve people that aren't grateful for it. By all means, honor yourself, King. Yet come from a place of service first. And I guarantee you, you will live with a life with a full heart, a smile on your face, and a warm embrace. Happy Father's Day to all you beautiful men out there. You beautiful papas that are doing your best. Keep growing. Keep expanding yourself. Keep serving. Because the more that you do, the better this world is going to be. I love you all, my Winject community. Winject, just so much love and gratitude for everyone out there watching this. I appreciate you. Thank you for seeing me and honoring me. Alpha Hippie Tribe, thank you so much for all that you've done for me to fulfill my heart. And thank you for allowing me to step into my purpose and serving you in this manner. It's time for men to get to the center, the source. Let us not be overly concerned with being a professional in our business life. Let us not be overly concerned if we're a good father, son, yada, yada, yada. Let's get the foundation down. Be a professional man. Go pro as a man. And then tell me how every other role looks in your life. I'll see you next week. Love you guys so much. Be well.
This broadcast is brought to you by Winject Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.